You know, in a world gone mad, things like indecent exposure has become a how dare you be offended that someone is flashing their dingleberries at you. That has become a shameful thing to notice if they happen to be a part of the LGBTQ plus barbecue group. So back in 2022, you had an Army vet, because the military was coddling the mentally insane, who decided to go to a compulsory nude bathhouse and told them, yes, I have my meat and tackles, but I am a female. Don't you believe your lying stinking eyes? And I demand access to the female section, which of course he was told to go to hell, and he has sued. Well, now a court has ordered that this troglodyte, this strange looking person here, must be allowed into indecent exposure to women. This is from the Daily Mail. Compulsory nude Korean spa is ordered to allow trans woman, meaning man with a penis who says he's female, into female-only areas after biological male visitor sued. What a sad state of affairs. We even need to qualify. Oh, biological male. No, you're a male. Biological male and male is one and the same. It is retarded that we have to say things like this to qualify it. But this is what happens when leftists lose their damn mind and decide that in their weird cabal of everything is okay, then all the things that are normal and decent in the world get thrown out. So a Korean spa in New Jersey where nudity is compulsory has been ordered to allow the trans former person who have not undergone genital surgeries, meaning still a man, access to female-only areas after a biological male customer sued the establishment. King Spa, located in Palisades Park, will now have to implement gender identity-friendly policies, meaning weird, radical nonsense, including getting rid of the sex-segregated facilities so people of any gender can use all amenities in the spa, even if their bodies do not align with stereotypical expectations, meaning, guess what? Men and women can now expose themselves to each other, and that's just the way it was. And you know what's crazy? If you go back to, say, 15 years ago, New Jersey had a lewdness statute, which, if to my understanding, that if you exposed yourself in a lewd and offensive way, you could be punishable by up to 30 days in jail, and there were fines involved, and if there were minors involved, they went even higher, and if there was an intent to arouse, then that went up even more. And so having sex segregated spas or saunas and forcing your way in and then taking off all the clothes so everyone can see you, that absolutely would get you an indecent exposure trouble. But not anymore. Thank you, retarded left. This decision comes, writes the Daily Mail, after Alexandra Ali Gobert, a man, a 35-year-old trans woman, launched a discrimination lawsuit against the spa after visiting the location in August of 2022. The spa is known as he visited with a female friend. He knew he was setting them up because he was hoping to sue, and that is the common tactic of these weirdos. Now, the spa is known as a wellness facility that requires nudity in some areas, which is maybe they shouldn't require that, I guess, including in male and female bathing areas like tubs, pools, and showers where swimsuits are not permitted. It is modeled on, I'm not going to try to pronounce that, sex-segregated bathhouses from Korea and offers both monthly and day passes to customers. But in the Garden State, transgender people are allowed to use all spas and the facilities that align with their gender without question, because reality with these retarded people who run New Jersey doesn't matter. Now, Gobert, who uses the she-her pronouns, was granted entry to the spa after receiving a wristband that gave her access to the men's locker room, despite presenting a driver's license identifying her as female, according to the lawsuit obtained by the Daily Mail. The U.S. Army veteran and law school graduate, and also mentally ill person from New York, immediately complained, telling spa staffers that she was a trans woman more than meets the eye, leading to an employee giving Gobert access to a restricted women's area. This freaking lunatic, who should probably be in a mental institution, is demanding that everyone else bow to it. But when she stepped inside, Gobert was turned away by a locker room attendant who reported her to a manager for being in the female room, which is the correct thing to do because you have a creepy weirdo going in there looking to expose himself to other women. The manager, Yoon Park, then asked Gobert if she still had boy parts, to which the young man replied that he did. Gobert was then kicked out of the all-female room like he should, and told to move to a male locker room. But again, Gobert protested and said, "This is the time of the rising of the leftists, where what we want it matters and what you want doesn't, and we can expose ourselves to you all day long." Okay, didn't actually say that, but that's what he was intending to say. And the weirdo said he would not feel comfortable in there because he does not identify as male, meaning he would rather expose himself to women, not to men. Park then told Gobert she was only allowed, he, to use the woman's area if it put on a bathing suit, but the customer refused, stating that it did not have one and that the spa was violating the New Jersey law against discrimination. So this weird piece of shit was trying to set up the spa for sure. And about 2 weeks after her experience, filed a complaint, so prepared for this, against the company with New Jersey's Department of Law and Public Safety. And because common sense is dead in the state of New Jersey and everywhere where liberal bastions now hold power, the lawsuit was allowed to go forward. And the attorney for this garbage individual, Miriam Edelstein, argued that the spa misgendered her that day. Meanwhile, the company's lawyer said when Gobert came to the facility in the past, it presented staff with an ID listed to her as male, the filing detailed. So he was scoping out the place and then decided, I'm going to decide I'm this now. Imagine if you went into a dog park and said, I'm a dog, I can take a crap on the grass. No different here. Now, when the agent, servant, and employee of the spa saw that the licensing indicating female and recognizing that this was the same individual who had utilized the male facilities, the question was posed as to, has the front changed? This person should be in a mental institution and or jailed. People like this weirdo here are a threat to society. These people are mentally deranged. They are ill. We shouldn't allow strange people like this to put other people in danger with their mental illness here. This is just disgusting. Now, the spa employees, I guess, were saying that this was an attempt at not being insulting, but deemed as a necessity, given that there were many other male and female customers who utilized the spa and do so in the nude. And once this person indicated that he had not changed his front, to wit, that he had indeed male genitalia, meaning that aside from the biological fact that you cannot change your gender, but he also had male parts still intact. There's no reason why any kind of accommodation should be made to these lunatics. Now, there was a case that was set for a jury trial this year, but the spa has capitulated and agreed to a settlement with Gobert. What a bunch of cowards. A separate confidential settlement agreement between the parties was also made in which the spa agreed to compensate Gobert for its distress, according to an August 28th filing reviewed by Redux statement. This is one of the many reasons why you should not allow any of these types of morons and people who promote this ideology anywhere near power where they can influence and dictate the way that we all have to live. There's no reason why this should have been allowed. And there's no reason why any kind of legal framework should ever have been allowed. I mean, this whole thing is freaking retarded, man. I mean, it just pisses me off. Holy God. Anyway, the recent ruling also determined that every employee will all have to participate in at least an hour of training by an independent consultant who specializes in gender identity and gender expression. Meaning, you will obey, you will agree to our terms, to recognize that you realizing what reality is no longer matters. Can we say fascist? Using the language of the weirdos. Now, the spa will also have to refer to an employee handbook from here on out that details its new policy on non-discrimination that specifically refers to sex, sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression, meaning they're going to force people to agree to things that aren't real. This is vile. Now, the consent order also stated that Gobert's counsel will receive a confirmation once every spa employee has completed the training, and a list of their names will be provided. What a garbage piece of shit. So this just happened, and it's not just here. You know, there have been other examples. For example, this gym here complaining about women with penises.
At Jones Gym, men, grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know. So, everybody saw that man in the locker room. No one say it. And I'm done with it. It's stupid.
Maybe next time, don't vote for the retards.